Nothing here on this earth is more heart-wrenching than the idea that someone can be here one moment and disappear the next, without us ever knowing what happened to them. Disappearances are often shrouded in immense mystery, laced with fear, and dare to hope that someday they will see their missing loved one again. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 chilling disappearance cases. "43 missing students in Mexico." September 26, 2014, 43 students disappeared in Iguala, Guerrero, Mexico. The students from the Ayotzinapa Rural Teachers College were taken against their will and then vanished. It's believed they were taken into police custody by the Iguala police under criminal involvement. The case caused worldwide controversy that caused Guerrero Governor Angel Aguirre Rivero to resign his position. Official reports claim that the 43 students traversed to Mexico City as a memorial act for the 1968 Tlatelolco Plaza and the protest against what they saw as discriminatory hiring practices for teachers. Multiple buses, which the police attempted to stop via weapons and roadblocks. It's uncertain what actually occurred leading up to the students' capture, but the group was taken by the Guerreros Unidos, a criminal organization where it's believed they were harmed. The Mexican government's official version of events has been criticized by the Inter-American Commission of Human Rights after they had a group of experts investigate the situation in 2015. The investigation lasted 6 months, and the experts concluded the government's statements were scientifically impossible. According to the government, the students were mistaken for criminal members and were taken into custody. Apparently, Iguala Mayor Jose Luis Abarca Velasquez and his wife Maria plotted the tragedy as members of the Party of the Democratic Revolution. This claim states the two were against the students ruining the campaign events in the city, and that is their motivation for the crime. They were not punished or put on trial for the disappearance of the missing students, but they fled to Mexico City, where they were captured for taking the life of Arturo Hernandez Cardona, a political activist. Alongside the Iguala mayor and his wife, the police chief of the city's force, Felipe Flores, was also taken into custody in 2016. Plastic bags full of human remains were found in 2014 in a Cocula River. These remains were thought to belong to the missing students. 2 students' charred bones were successfully analysed by the University of Innsbruck, but the rest are still officially missing. This case led to over 80 arrests of potential suspects, and of the 80 suspects, a shocking 44 were corrupt police officers thought to have misused their authority and power. There are multiple theories about what happened, with some people believing this to be a government cover-up. Some claim that the Mexican army itself was involved. Journalist Anabel Hernandez believes the students were unknowingly smuggling substances in the buses, and it was the main criminals that sent the army to find the hidden substances, with the students' lives being taken as collateral damage. There is evidence to back Hernandez's claims, such as a source that states nearby military men refused to assist the distressed students as they called for help. In 2020, the main criminal leader of Guerreros Unidos was officially arrested under suspicion of his involvement with the case. The Ayotzinapa College was founded in 1926 and is a solely male school. The college has a history of its students being political activists. Allegedly, the college is known for the act of students hijacking buses and delivery trucks. Other students at the college claim that seizing trucks and buses was temporary and regular for them. A rite of passage meant wholly for protests and returned after use and therefore not technically stolen. The authorities tend to overlook this and turn a blind eye for the most part. Due to a rise in nationwide protests against unfavorable education reforms, 100 students from the Ayotzinapa Rural Teachers College hijacked buses for a march in Mexico City. They wanted to interrupt the DIF conference of Maria de los Angeles Pineda Villa, who was trying to promote herself as the next president of Iguala after her husband's term ended. Protests are common spread in Mexico and often end in police brutality and bloodshed. To this day, it's unknown what truly became of the 48 students or where their remains reside. In 2021, the aforementioned Iguala police chief was sentenced to prison for his involvement in the kidnapping of the students. Wanda Faye Walker. Nashville, Tennessee grandmother Wanda Faye Walker disappeared on October 5, 2016. Since her vanishing, the case has grown cold, and the Nashville Metro Police are calling for a renewal in tips and information regarding her in hopes of revitalizing the case and finding out what happened to Faye. There's an $11,000 reward for those offering information. The 60-year-old was last seen on 11th Avenue Street where she lived. However, she did not come to work at the Dollar Tree where she worked part-time. The next day, her car was found locked and abandoned on Wade Avenue. Authorities found a large amount of Walker's blood staining the inside of her car. Quantisa Chambers, Faye's granddaughter, has stated, "We definitely miss having her around. Her smile, her laugh." Faye's family has called for assistance in finding out what happened to the beloved grandmother, convinced that someone has to know something. Faye Walker used to be a teacher at Metro schools before her retirement. It said she loved her job, but old age made it difficult to continue, and so she worked at the Dollar Tree to upkeep her income. Chambers loves her grandmother deeply and is terribly saddened by her disappearance as, according to Chambers, "My granny was, the rock of our family." Walker's family seek closure in whatever way it may come. They wish to know what happened to their beloved grandmother, although there is little hope she is still alive, as foul play is the prominent theory. In November of 1999, Larisha Walker, Faye's daughter, disappeared similarly without a trace. Larisha's missing case has likewise grown cold over the years, with no one knowing what happened to her. Disappearance of Timothy Pitzen. The saddest disappearances are by far those involving children. In 2011, 6-year-old Timothy Pitzen went missing. His father dropped him off at school in Aurora, Illinois. However, only a little while later, his mother, Amy, took him out for a 3-day amusement park trip. Amy Fry Pitzen took her own life during this trip, her body found in a motel room in Rockford, Illinois. Her suicide note declared Timothy was allegedly safe with people that would take care of him, but she ensured he would never be seen again. Timothy was born in 2004 and was Amy and James's only child. When Amy took Timothy out of class on that day, she falsified a family emergency and took her 6-year-old son to a zoo and then the Key Lime Cove Resort in Gurnee. Afterwards, they travelled to the Kalahari Resort in Wisconsin on May 13th. It was their last seen place, having been caught on the security footage. Amy Fry Pitzen phoned her mother, brother-in-law and other relatives, confirming she and Timothy were okay, but did not answer any of James's calls, who had been attempting to reach his wife in fear of what was happening with her and their son ever since he went to pick Timothy up, and was told she took him before the school day on May 11th ended. Timothy's mother purchased paper, pens and envelopes at the local dollar store in the evening. Either that night or in the morning she overdosed on antihistamines and hurt her wrists. Her body was found on May 14th with no Timothy in sight. The police tragically found a large amount of blood belonging to Timothy inside of Amy's car. Another relative claimed Timothy commonly got nosebleeds, which could explain the traces of blood in the vehicle. James Pitzen holds on to the hope and ardent belief his son still lives and is out there, somewhere, and is still searching for him. Unfortunately, in 2019, there was a hoax regarding his reappearance. Residents of Newport, Kentucky contacted the authorities under claims of a teenager walking the streets, having run across the Ohio River Bridge. He was found by the police distraught and upset and claimed himself to be Timothy. However, the Louisville office claimed via Twitter that the boy was not Timothy the following day. Instead, he was 23-year-old Brian Michael Rinne, who was previously a resident of Belmont Correctional Institution in Ohio a month prior after he served 14 months for vandalism and burglary. According to Rinne's brother, Rinne has a history of severe mental illness and Asperger's syndrome, as well as bipolar disorder. Sergeant Bill Rowley, spokesman for the Aurora Police, stated, "Although we are disappointed that this turned out to be a hoax, we remain diligent in our search for Timothy, as our missing persons case remains unsolved. Rini was given 2 years in prison in 2020 for identity theft involved with pretending to be Pitzen. However, to this day, Timothy Pitzen has not been found and there is no sign or clue as to where he might be now. But what are your thoughts on these cases? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.